All right, April and I are. Where are we? We're still in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You can see that we have our gold prospecting equipment up there. We're ready to move some dirt, some material. Look at that funky ass Jeep. You funky. Dropping some doses. So we just drove by a Mavis. What road is this? Baltimore Pike. And on their dinosaur reader board, it's pretty big, it said, "We will beat anyone's prices." And I said, God damn, that's a bold statement. Mind you, there's really nobody around. There's no competition for them really anywhere. But I'm sure that it's very possible. I mean, this looks like an upscale area to me, wouldn't you say?
I would definitely say that.
And I would say some people don't care what shit costs. And I would say people should care what some things cost. So as we're on the main strip here, that past them are some huge shopping centers and some dealerships. And as I drove by there and I said, hey, I've been thinking about putting that on my reader board that will beat anyone's estimate. But here's the problem. I will get Cousin Pookie to show up with an estimate on a piece of toilet paper that says, yeah, he's going to go borrow the parts he needs off of someone else's car to fix someone's car. And his labor rate is a 6-pack and a dime bag of crack. So how can I beat that? Can't. Was that like, it's not even real world, I'm just giving like a scenario. Like, they said anyone's estimate. Well, you can't turn down Cousin Pookie or the guy working on the side of the road for, a sandwich. And he'll go steal the parts off another car to make your car right. And then the estimate he brings in will be like $3.50, enough to make a phone call.
Phone call where?
I don't know. Call his PO probably.
Get a gallon of gas.
Need to call my PO. Can I get some change on that estimate? But yeah, that's a pretty bold statement that won't be anyone's estimate. Yeah, I wouldn't really mess around with that. But for me, absolutely not. I wouldn't even mess around with that. I would say I would meet or beat anyone's prices on select services. That's what I would say.
Select, yes.
Select. I can't beat someone going out and stealing a catalytic converter and putting it on their car as a fix. I just can't. And then to get into a debate with somebody that has no rationality is just, and that's the real world at my shop. I can get it on Temu for 79 cents. And you want 300. Yeah, I know. This is the real world, and Temu and eBay and Amazon are fantasy land. There ain't nobody really fixing their cars with Temu parts, Amazon parts, and eBay parts. It's fat people. So I said to myself, what I would do as we're driving, this is actually while I was making a video.
But you gotta take her for speed.
While I was speeding and producing a video, the content creator that I am.
Yeah, but he didn't.
April gave me the 4 no's this morning.
I did not. 1 no. 1. 1
4
no.
no's. No. All right, to the scheduled program. Isn't that beautiful? Well, that looks like we're in a video game. So this is Tough Keymon, London Grove. I don't know where that's at, but that's just kind of where we are. But I would F around with, the sun's really bad right here. Trying to drive and do the video at the same time. I will beat any dealership estimate. That's a good one. Like, you go to the dealership, you go see what they want, parts, labor, diagnostic fees, whatever the case may be. Well, diagnostic fees you're going to have to pay for, so let's exclude that, even though we're still more affordable, but you can get an estimate for that. Parts, labor, whatever they want to do to your car, maintenance and repairs, and then come to my shop with a dealership estimate, and I'll show you where the real value is, right?
Yeah.
So I told April, I said, I would be willing to beat a dealership estimate, not a Mavis dealership, not a Pep Boys dealership, not a Firestone dealership. Actual dealership, Honda, Toyota, Lexus, Mercedes. Any one of those estimates by 20%. I'll sneeze 20% off of their estimate and show you the value. And in most cases, I could probably still use all OEM parts. But, you know, I think I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna roll with that one.
I don't know if you're going to be happy with the outcome.
Why? If you go to a dealership and you get a price, I don't know, just say it's, I don't know, brakes and rotors and 100K service, and it's $3,000,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to beat it by 20%. The dealership's not going to do that for you. So at that point, it'd be worth you just paying their diagnostic fee if they even charged you one. But yeah, I'll show you real savings. But as far as being anyone's estimate, no way. Too many scabs, too many chromes, too many cousin Pookies, too many guys. They can just handwrite some crap. No thanks. You know, we used to have one, we'll meet or beat anyone's any written estimate. Meet or beat any written estimate. That came from, I don't know, 20 years ago. You know, marketing kind of things. But yeah, I wouldn't put anyone's estimate today. Yeah, I got an estimate from somebody who works out in somewhere land, and they said they could do it for $15. Yeah, we're not putting your brakes on for $15. No way. What do you guys think? Do you think Mavis was making a bold statement like road like this where there's no competition?
What?
They're kind of on a road like this with no competition.
Yeah.
I mean, there is competition everywhere, but it ain't like my neighborhood where there's 10 shops in 3 miles. Probably more. Do you think Mavis has a bold statement there that they'll beat anyone's estimate? And what kind of resistance or success do you really think that they're having? I mean, they didn't put it up for no reason, right? Because I think about things like that, and I do believe Mavis is a corporate-owned store, so I would say that company-owned shops are very, 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 very in tune with being very profitable.
Yeah.
They definitely don't want to be giving profits away because their shareholders, their board holders, and all that stuff want to make sure that they get their Lamborghini every year. But you guys tell me, what do you think about that? I'm going to stick with, I'll be any dealership written estimate. I like that one. Excluding tires, batteries, oil changes, what other exclusions?
You're already cheaper than dealership oil change
I know.
anyway. Oh.
Everybody's got to have an angle, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually gonna put a little bit more thought to that. But yeah, tell me what you think of Mavis's marketing strategy, and then tell me what you think of mine. Theirs is they'll beat anyone's estimate, and mine was I'll beat any dealership estimate at least by 20%.